Hello guys, good morning. You are welcome to my YouTube channel, the Explicit Tutorials. And of course, as you all know, my name is Dr. Joseph. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Please, as you are watching this video, endeavor to subscribe, like, share, and comment. It is very, very important. In today's video, I shall be taking us PBB 122, a topic called Plant Metabolic Pathways. This is one of the most challenging topics in PBB, but by God's grace, as you get started, you'll get used to it bit by bit. Now you have a subtopic called photosynthetic bacteria. Now these are bacteria that are capable of producing their own food, and some of them the word photo, they use light. Synthetic means to produce. The bacteria which make use of sunlight for food production are called photosynthetic bacteria. And now this light may come in the form of packs, that is packet of light, called quanta. All right, packet of light is called quantum. Then each light found in this quota is called photon. All right, so this is just the introductory part of this topic. Now we have two examples of two types of photosynthetic bacteria. Okay, there are two types. One, we have the Anoxygenic bacteria. Anoxygenic bacteria, that is anoxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. And we have Oxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. So these are the two types of bacteria on a broad note: anoxygenic photosynthetic bacteria and Oxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. First and first, let us analyze anoxygenic bacteria. Now, what are the features of these guys? What they have, as the name implies, and that is anoxygenic. That is, they do not produce oxygen, because they don't make use of water molecule. Now, this as bacteria, I said, they don't produce oxygen because they don't make use of water molecule. Therefore, they don't have the ability to carry photolytic reaction or photolytic splitting of water molecule. Now, what are the features of these guys? Now, since they don't make use of water in order to produce oxygen, they make use of hydrogen sulfide. They make use of hydrogen sulfide. Hydrogen sulfide. But there are some bacteria we call purple non-sulfur bacteria. Purple non-sulfur bacteria. That is, they are purple bacteria, but they do not make use of sulfur. That is hydrogen sulfide. That is what non-sulfur means. They don't make use of sulfur. Rather, they make use of amino acid and alcohols. What are examples of this bacteria? We have one. We have the Rhodospirillum species, and two, we have the Rhodosudomonas. Now, I said that these guys, they don't have the ability to produce oxygen because they don't make use of water molecule, and they make use of hydrogen sulfide. But there are some of these bacteria that do not make use of hydrogen sulfide, hence they are called non-sulfur bacteria. Example of non-sulfur bacteria are Rhodospirillum and Rhodosudomonas. Now, if they don't make use of sulfur, what do they make use of then? They make use of amino acid and alcohol. They make use of amino acids and alcohols. So please take note. They'll ask you which of these bacteria make use of amino acids and alcohols. Please take note. It is Pseudospirillum and Rhodosudomonas. This word pseudo means false. So please take note of that. That is all about anoxygenic bacteria. Now, what about the other one? The board is not big enough, so as I'm writing, just try to understand it. Don't allow anything distract you. Now, we've just introduced this topic. This topic is quite broad. You and I know that already. So we have analyzed anoxygenic photosynthetic bacteria. I said they do not produce oxygen. Why? Because they don't use what? Water molecule. Some bacteria have the ability to make use of what? Hydrogen sulfide, but some don't make use of hydrogen sulfide or sulfur. They use what? Amino acids and what? Alcohols, and these are the two most commonly what? Example. So please take note of that. Then the other type of photosynthetic bacteria is the oxygenic photosynthetic what? Bacteria. Oxygenic photosynthetic what? Bacteria. As the name implies, oxygen, that is, they produce what? Oxygen through what? Photolytic what? Reaction. They'll ask you which of these species of bacteria carry out photolytic reaction. Please, it is what? The oxygenic what? Bacteria. That is because they have the ability to split water molecule into hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. So please, this is what? Photolysis of water. The process of that water molecule is split into two ions, hydrogen ions and what? Hydroxyl ions. So that is for that. Don't forget, they make use of what? Water molecule. And again, there are some blue bacteria called what? A type of bacteria. Please. Some bacteria are found in fresh and marine what? Habitat. Take note of that. Fresh and what? Marine habitat. And examples are the Anoxygenic what? Bacteria that are found in fresh and marine what? Habitat. Or the oxygenic, they are found in fresh and even what? Terrestrial locations. They are found in both land and water. Take note of that. Now, bacteria which can produce their own food by using a green pigment is called what? A cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is a type of bacteria that uses what? Purple pigment to carry out what? Photosynthetic process. Now, there are two pigments that cyanobacteria uses. There are two pigments that cyanobacteria uses. The two pigments are chlorophyll A and what? Phycobilin proteins. Phycobilin what? Proteins. I can also write as what? Phycocyanin. Alright, so these are the two pigments that cyanobacteria make use of during what? Production of food. Chlorophyll A. You know we have 6 types of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll A, B, C, D, and what? E. But this very chlorophyll is found in cyanobacteria. We now have what? The other pigment called what? Phycobilin proteins called what? Phycocyanin. So please take note of that. Please take note of this. It is very important. I'll ask you, which of these is a major absorber of visible light rays, or which of these is a major absorber of what? Sunlight? It is what? Chlorophyll. I did not say chloroplast. I said chlorophyll is a major sunlight what? Absorber during the process of what? Photosynthesis. Now, since we've understood the types of pigments found that the cyanobacteria uses, now we can now proceed to explaining chloroplast and what? Chlorophyll. Hope it's recording. Okay, it's recording. I'm checking because sometimes I talk for about maybe 30 to 40 minutes, yet it's not recording, so I'll be wasting my time. So when I'm teaching, I love to check. All right, I check for a living. Now, since we have analyzed the two types of bacteria, I said the major absorber of light rays is called what? Chlorophyll. Now let us now explain chloroplast. And the major entities or the major molecules that are very, very what? Important for photosynthetic process are: we have water, we have carbon 4 oxide, and we have what? Lights. Take note of that. These 3 are the major constituent, or they are the major molecules that must be present for photosynthetic reaction to what? Occur. Take note of that. Water, carbon 4 oxide, and what? Light. Water enters into the plant through the roots. You know the roots act as what? Water absorber. It absorbs water and other mineral salt and takes it to the what? Leaf. Carbon dioxide enters into the leaf through the opening of what? The stomata. And of course, light is trapped by the chlorophyll. When this sunlight is trapped by the chlorophyll, it converts it into what? Chemical energy. So it is chemical energy that plants make use of for what? Photosynthesis. Alright, so since we've introduced this, let's discuss what? The chloroplast. What do you know about what the chloroplast? What do you know about the chloroplast? I believe we all know the function of what? The chloroplast. The chloroplast is that region where the major process of photosynthesis occurs, alright? This is where photosynthesis occurs. It is very important. Now, the pigments, the green pigments found inside the chloroplast is what? Chlorophyll. Now, what is the shape of the chloroplast? The chloroplast shaped like a flattened lens. Flattened lens. Alright? This is the shape of what? The chloroplast. It has the shape of like what is it called now? Flattened lens. So that is for that. I said the green pigments found inside the chloroplast is called what? Chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is a major absorber of what? Light rays. That is for that. Now, inside the chloroplast, I said we have the chlorophyll. I said the major region where photosynthesis takes place is inside of the chloroplast. Inside the chloroplast it has internal membrane. That internal membrane is made up of what? Grana. The inner membrane is made up of what? Grana. Now this grana is a dark region, is a dark area of what? Chloroplast. And now this grana is found in a membrane lamella, lamella of photosynthetic membrane, photosynthetic membrane. Now please, the photosynthetic membrane where the grana is found is called what? Lamella. Lamella, alright? The grana is found in the lamella. Now the light part of the lamella is called what? Stroma. Stroma. Which means that photochemical reaction occurs in what? In the dark area, which is what? The grana. Then the dark stage occurs in the stroma. Now you know photosynthesis has two stages, light stage and dark stage. The light stage occurs in the grana. If I don't call it grana, I can call it what? Thylakoid. Alright, so please. Now since light occurs inside the grana, you can say grana lamella, then stroma lamella. So please take note of that. Thylakoid is also called what? Grana, where photochemical reaction occurs during the process of what? Photosynthesis. Alright, so that is a brief introduction of what we have as chloroplast. Let us now analyze the various types of chlorophyll. The various types of what? Chlorophyll. Now we will listen to this part very well. We have chlorophyll A, B, C, D, and what? E. We have chlorophyll A, B, C, D, and E. The most important and most abundant type of chlorophyll is what? The chlorophyll A. Take note of that. The most important and abundant type of chlorophyll is found in is the chlorophyll A. Now chlorophyll A is found in all autotrophic organisms. All autotrophic organisms, that is organisms that have the ability to produce their own food, like the green plant. Okay, I can actually add A and B, okay, but the most important one is what? Chlorophyll A. Chlorophyll A and B are also found in higher plants, like the autotrophic plants. Now listen to this, listen. Chlorophyll A and B are found in higher plants, but the most important one is what? The chlorophyll A. That one is understood, right? Now chlorophyll B may not be found in cyanobacteria, all right? This B is not found in what? Cyanobacteria. Listen. Chlorophyll A, B, that is chlorophyll B, D, and E are found only in algae. Their father Yash. You must understand this pathway in Jesus' name. Now, chlorophyll A is the most important type of chlorophyll. Of course, B is also important, but the most crucial one is what? Chlorophyll A. Now, I said chlorophyll B is not found in cyanobacteria. It's not found exactly. That reminds me. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Now, B is not found in cyanobacteria, brown and red algae. I'll recap. Chlorophyll B is not found in brown and red algae. They'll ask you, which of the following organisms is chlorophyll B not found? Please, brown and red algae as well as cyanobacteria lack chlorophyll B. Then, chlorophyll C, D, and E are found in algae only. They are found in algae only. It is very, very important. Now, chlorophyll A and B are found in bacteria. I'm not talking of, we have different species of bacteria. I mean just bacteria, not cyanobacteria or whatever rhodosporidium. Now, A and B are found in bacteria. Since they are found in bacteria, you call them what? Bacterial chlorophyll A and what? B. Alright, you call them what? Bacterial chlorophyll A and B, and they occur in the ratio of 2 to ratio 1. Take note of that. So take note of that. Whatever I say here, commit it to memory. It is not difficult. Just follow it step by step. In what ratio do chlorophyll A and B occur? They occur in ratio of what? 2 to 1. Take note of that. It is very, very important. We now have other photosynthetic pigments. Now, pigments that are available for bacteria, that is, the major pigments are 1, chlorophyll A. The following 2, you have carotenoids. 3, we have phycobilins. These are the 3 pigments that are available for what? Photosynthesis by what? Bacteria. Now, I've explained something regarding chlorophyll A already. I said it's the most important types of chlorophyll, and chlorophyll A and B occur in the ratio of 2 to 1. But there are differences between chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. There are differences between chlorophyll A and B. Now, what are the differences between chlorophyll A and B? Take note of that. Former. Now, chlorophyll A has methyl group. Oh God. Oh, you make A in this course in Jesus' name. We are going to make A in this course in Jesus' name. Now, the chlorophyll B comprises what? Aldehyde group. Okay. Aldehyde what? Group. Chlorophyll A has methyl group, but chlorophyll B has what? Aldehyde group. Now, chlorophyll B is the major constituent. Okay, lest I forget. It is very important. I'm only analyzing chlorophyll A now. Now, chlorophyll A and B have their own molecular formula. Chlorophyll A has molecular formula. I need a better marker now. Chlorophyll A has molecular formula as C55 H72 O5 N4, then magnesium. Oh God. Which of these is the molecular formula of chlorophyll A? It is C55 H22 O5 N4 and what? Magnesium, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen and what? Carbon. Now chlorophyll B has its molecular formula as C55 H70 O6 N4 and what? Magnesium. Alright, so this is the molecular formula of chlorophyll B, while this one is the molecular formula of what? Chlorophyll A. Hope it's recorded. Okay, yeah, it's recorded. So that is what you have it to be. Now, please, please, and please, listen to this, listen to this. These two idiots, they have their own absorption spectrum. These two idiots, chlorophyll A and B, have their own absorption or spectrum. They know that is the quantity of light they are able to what? Absorb. Now, take note of that. Chlorophyll A has absorption spectrum of 410 and 429 nanometer. Hey, anybody that will tell you that you not have A in this because the person will fall down and raise your upwards. That is, chlorophyll A has absorption spectrum as what? 410 and 429 nanowatt meter. Alright. Now, chlorophyll B has absorption spectrum as what? 430 and 453 nanowatt meter. Take note of that. So this is the absorption spectrum of chlorophyll A, while this one is on chlorophyll B. Take note of that. It is very, very what? Important. It is very, very important. Is there any other one I have to say concerning chlorophyll A and B? Aldehyde, methyl. Yes, nice one, nice one, nice one. Chlorophyll A forms what is called cyclic tetrapyrrolic structure. Nice one. Yes, I remember that clearly. Chlorophyll A and B, actually, that is what they also have that in common. Chlorophyll A and B forms what is called cyclic tetrapyrrolic. This structure is called what? Okay. Porphyrin. Okay. Porphyrin. That is P-O-R-O-P-H-R-O-Y. Porphyrin should be N. If the spelling is not correct, please pardon me for that. Porphyrin. I said the chlorophyll A forms cyclic tetrapyrrolic what? Porphyrin structure. Take note of that. The both of them, they form it as well. They form it. That is, they have that in common. And their differences, I've given their differences. Chlorophyll A has methyl group, but chlorophyll B has aldehyde group. Is there any other thing that I have not dropped? Is there any other thing in chlorophyll A? I've given the absorption spectrum. Okay, let's take B. Let's take number 2, which is what? The carotenoid. Alright, the carotenoid may appear raw. This is the acronym. May appear red, orange, or what? Yellow. Which of the following is not present in carotenoid? Red, orange, and yellow are found in what? Carotenoid. And carotene is what gives carrots its color. Carotene is what gives carrots its what? Color. Now, please, carotene is made up of hydrogen and carbon only. Carbon and hydrogen. Sorry, it's the same thing. It's made up of what? Carbon and what? Hydrogen. Take note of that. And I said it may appear red, orange, or what? Yellow. And that it gives carrots its what? Characteristic what? Color. Number 3, which I gave us before, is phycobilins. Now, phycobilins occurs in the cytoplasm of photosynthetic plant. It occurs in the cytoplasm. The membrane lamella does not occur in where? In the cytoplasm. It occurs in the membrane lamella. Membrane, not the cytoplasm. Take note of that. Which of the following occurs in the cytoplasm of a photosynthetic plant? Is what? Phycobilins. Now this phycobilins, when it is blue, in certain bacteria, you call it what? Phycocyanin. When it appears bluish, it's called what? Phycocyanin. But when it appears reddish in algae, you call it what? Phycoerythrin. So at this point, to call it a day, I've given you enough, and I've told you what xanthophyll is another example of what? Pigment. In the next video, we shall be discussing xanthophyll and other pigment that are related to what? Photosynthetic reaction, because the time is fast spent. I don't want to use 1 hour or 40 minutes to be doing a video. It is very somehow it burns data a lot. Okay, so please, I tell you that carbon dioxide, water, and light are the major components, or they are the major entities that must be present for photosynthesis to occur. I said carbon dioxide is taken in by the stomata of the leaves as soon as it opens. Now, I said water is taken by the roots, and it takes it upward through what? And transportation to release. The lights, I said, is trapped by what? Chlorophyll. It converts that sunlight to what? The solar energy to what? Chemical energy. That is the one it uses for what? Photosynthetic what? Reaction. So, okay, what activities can actually lead to the emission of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? Now, the burning of fossil fuel can emit carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Combustion reaction can emit carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. Respiration can emit carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. The action of bacteria can release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. That is, decaying of leaves, putrefaction, can release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So these are the various ways in which carbon dioxide can be emitted or can be released into the atmosphere. So at this point, we call it a day. Please, if you've learned something today in plant metabolic pathways, PBB 122, please don't relent to subscribe. And if I were you, I will hit the notification bell, because when I upload the new content, you will be aware. So at this point, we call it a day. Thanks for watching, and do have a wonderful day.